Since the birth of time, mankind has pondered the many mysteries of our world. Searching for answers as to the purpose of our existence on planet Earth and what our future holds has dominated the quest for explanations, a quest that has been accelerated in direct relation to increased global unrest. As more answers come to light on the evolutionary timeline, so the questions keep multiplying, ad infinitum. Our inherent desire for tolerance, peace and unification of all faiths is increasingly evident on an international scale of grand proportions. In June 2000, celebrated English author Adrian Gilbert embarked on a personal quest. It was a voyage of discovery with the hope of substantiating his revelations, that there are symbolic links between heaven and earth, that the workings of heaven reflect significant terrestrial events.
I mean, I'm not a geologist and I'm not a prophet. All I can say is that the signs in the sky indicate to me that this is the time that we should call the start of the new age, and it's the movement of mankind into a new state of consciousness equal to the change that happened at the end of the last ice age.
As above, so below, a philosophy which dominated Egyptian thinking till fairly modern times. Accompanied by a group of like-minded seekers from America, Canada and the United Kingdom, the unique tour straddled Egypt and Israel to witness an event which only occurs every 13,000 years, the symbolic opening of the celestial Stargate, which Adrian believes heralds some of the most important changes on Earth.
It works, it's true. They can say what they like about Atlantis, but they can't deny this. What I call the Pyramid of Jerusalem.
Linking astronomy, astrology, mathematics, archaeology and the ancient scriptures of Egypt, Mesopotamia and Israel, Adrian believes that the keys to the prophecies contained in the Christian Bible remain hidden in Egypt, and that Moses carried this knowledge with him when he fled to Judea. He also maintains that the constellation Orion, now having reached its northernmost position in 13,000 years, is the biblical symbol of the Son of Man in heaven, the cosmic Christ. Could this be the sign described in the book of Revelation as marking the beginning of the apocalypse?
He talks about various destructions and so on, and he says what the signs are that are to warn us for this coming thing. And one of those signs is, as lightning comes from the east unto the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man.
Applying a holographic approach to researching a vast, complex and controversial subject, Adrian utilizes state-of-the-art technology to support his revelations scientifically and help demonstrate the celestial events as they occur.
The positions of the stargates move in relationship to the celestial equator. And that means the stargates move up and then move down. And it's a very long, slow cycle. It takes about 13,000 years.
Could he have unlocked the mysteries concerning the end of days?
That the ancients actually left us a message in stone. And it's down to us to decipher that message because it could be important for our day.
Does it herald the end of an epoch and the beginning of an era which promises new opportunities through spiritual awakening, or does it denote a more sinister outcome for humankind as prophesied?
The fault line actually carries on running all the way down here, through the Arava, right down to Eilat and to the Red Sea. And now if there were a major earthquake, I mean really quite major, on that fault line, it could cause from the lower end of the Dead Sea down to Eilat to open up, in which case the sea would come in and fill up to where sea level is. And I think that's one of the prophecies for the end of time, the end of days.
Join us on a mystical journey as we seek the signs in the sky. The spirits of devils working miracles go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them into battle of that great day of God Almighty. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Megiddo, the Greek name for Armageddon, a name which probably evokes the most fear or unease out of all the prophecies documented in the book of Revelation, no matter what one's faith or lack of it. The superimposition of modern-day minefields on soil that is biblically earmarked for the greatest war of all is a sinister reminder of the apocalyptic threat which some believe could manifest before the first decade of the 21st century comes to pass.
Well, here we are, Nikki, on top of the hill of Megiddo, the place where the great last battle of the world is supposed to be fought.
I hope it's not now.
Well, it could be soon, you don't know. There's these prophecies in the book of Ezekiel, and he talks about how the different tribes are going to be gathered against Israel. And he says here that they're led by Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
Which countries in particular?
Well, there's Persia, well, that's obvious. Cush and Put, I believe Cush is Libya, and Put I think is Ethiopia.
To identify the start of an age immediately raises the question as to its end, and when the age is our own, we naturally want to know how and when this is likely to manifest. To help unravel the hidden keys to this mystery, we pick up at the start of Adrian's tour, in Egypt. Cairo, a sprawling metropolis where the predominant faith is Islam. Downtown and the environs display a paradoxical mix of old and new, wealth and poverty. But the most striking and most remarkable feature of all is the country's oldest asset dominating the desert nearby, the pyramids of the Giza Plateau.
Robin Cook, the illustrator for the Orion mystery, made a very interesting discovery, which was that you can draw lines of alignment from the Khafre pyramid through these satellite pyramids of Mycerinos, and that those alignments are parallel lines at exactly 30 degrees to the north-south meridian running down there. And interestingly, if you follow that alignment down, it points to the position where in 10,880 BC, when the Stargate was in its southerly position, the belt of Orion would have set. So, in a sense, that alignment points towards the beginning time, Tep Zepi, the start of the present cycle, which has now just ended.
Although the buildings of the pyramids can be attributed to Imhotep, he was actually a student of the one who designed them, Hermes. While he is regarded not only as the god of writing who invented the hieroglyphics, or the language of the gods, he was also the teacher who brought the sciences of sacred geometry and architecture to humankind. For Maureen Purcell, an American structural engineer from Philadelphia, it was the catalyst that prompted her to join the Egypt leg of the expedition.
I think they're very fascinating, and their knowledge and technology was far advanced, superior to what we're doing today. I don't believe people have realized what energy they can get from a pyramid structure. The pyramid structure just produces a much different feeling, and somehow we've gotten off the track of that in architecture throughout history.
How much more needs to be unraveled about the mystery of the pyramids?
Now, I believe that we have found some of the secrets of the pyramids. I think it would be a fool who said we understood everything about the pyramids, because we keep discovering new things. 10 years ago, who would have guessed the idea that the pyramids represented Orion's belt, and that the constellation of Orion is so important in the life of ancient Egypt? It's only with the advent of computers and modern technology that we have the keys and the tools to begin to explore these things and to make these discoveries. Many people ask me, Adrian, what is a Stargate? Is it something like that science fiction film that they had where they found that machine next to the pyramids and that they were able to beam themselves away to the stars? Well, it's actually nothing to do with that, but it is very real nonetheless. In the ancient world, they had a conception that heaven has two gateways, and these gateways were positioned at very specific places in the sky. They were the points where the ecliptic, which is the pathway the sun follows through the course of the year, crosses over the Milky Way, which is a great band of stars in the sky. And these two positions where these two circles cross over is where they believe the gateways were that souls come into life and go out of life. And one was positioned in Gemini, just above the hand of Orion. And the other one was positioned in Sagittarius, above the sting of Scorpio. So we had the Scorpio gateway, and we have the Orion gateway. And these are the two star gates. Now, because of the motion of the sky through the precessional movement of the Earth, this kind of like a spinning top that's running down movement of the Earth, the positions of the star gates move in relationship to the celestial equator, which, if you like, is the projection of the equator into the sky. And that means the star gates move up and then they move down. From the bottom position, moving up to the top position takes about 13,000 years. So these star gates are very real astronomical markers, if you like, in the sky.